I'm Michael Colander.
And I'm Brad McClung, and this is Flame Nation.
The baseball and softball teams continue to roll through the beginning part of the season with big wins over the weekend.
The Flames played Lemoyne Owen College in a 3-game series, outscoring the Magicians 20-5 over the 3 games. The wins pushed the Flames to 6-0 on the season as they prepare to face Union University this weekend in the team's Gulf South Conference opener.
The softball team traveled to Florida for the Flagler tournament and finished with 3 wins and a loss. The Lady Flames defeated Barton College twice in a doubleheader before being slowed down by host Flagler College. The team rebounded with a 10-0 win in 5 innings against Embry-Riddle University.
The tennis team started its season last week against nationally ranked Valdosta State. The Blazers defeated the Lady Flames 7-2 and the Flames 9-0. The track team competed at the Buccaneer Invitational and qualified 5 more runners for the 2015 NCAA Indoor Track and Field National Championships on February 20th and 21st at Cedarville University.
As spring sports begin, the basketball teams are still in the thick of a competitive season. The Lady Flames basketball team went back on the road for the first half of a 4-game road trip following a 2-game homestand that featured Hoops for Hope. We caught up with Lady Flames head coach Marty Rowe to talk about the event.
Well, we've always had been involved since I've been here with the WBCA, Women Basketball Association's Pink Zone, which was breast cancer awareness, fundraising, and things like that, which, women's basketball is big into, and obviously we still support greatly. But with Volley for a Cure being such a prevalent fundraiser here on campus, we felt like that need was already being reached. And then we got involved with Ludic because of the fact that, Mindy and Kelly Kaiser's little boy, Cade, was diagnosed with autism while they were still on my coaching staff. And, I just went to Mindy, and she and I, we knew we were looking for another fundraiser. We were looking for a way to give back. And we just felt like this was something that was going to always be personal to our coaching staff, which it is. And then to be blessed with a group like Ludic, or a department like Ludic, and people like Dr. Tammy Johnson on our campus, we felt like that was a perfect opportunity for us to keep it local and really try to do some hands-on local help. What we'll do is over the next few weeks, we'll continue to have money coming in, and we'll put that in our Hoops for Hope account and then make one single transfer to the Ludic account, and then Dr. Tammy does what she sees fit with it, whether it be with equipment or playground equipment. I know one year they bought a bunch of iPads with it and different things. Just so whatever they can do with the money, she's going to put it to great use. She's so appreciative whether we gave her $1,500 like it was a few years ago or $4,500 last year. Whatever they get out of this game, they can really do a lot of put to really good use. As autism awareness continues to grow, I think our game continues to grow. There's some I learned something new about autism, and I learned something new about Ludic every year. And so it gets people thinking, hey, 1 in 42 little boys is affected by or diagnosed with autism last year. So I think the more that we raise awareness, I think the bigger and bigger it's going to grow.
The road trip started at Alabama Huntsville, which defeated the Lady Flames in December, but the Lady Flames looked to return the favor on the road and did just that with a 67-54 victory over the Chargers. Aaron Walsh and Emily Swafford scored 32 of the team's points, including 16 of the Lady Flames' last 20. Emily Swafford attacks the rim here for 2. A common theme all year is the Lady Flames have really been able to go to her late in the shot clock to create offense. But the Lady Chargers of Alabama Huntsville were able to keep this one close in the first half. Shelby Brown finishes here for 2 of her 8 points. Freshman Aaron Walsh connected here on one of her 3 triples, and Lee took a 27-26 lead to the half. The Lady Flames' three-point shooting, as well as scoring 20 points off of UAH turnovers, is what was able to push their lead up to 13 in the second half. Aaron Walsh connects here on another triple late in the second half. And Emily Swafford scores again off of that same isolation play as the Lady Flames are able to defeat the Lady Chargers 67-54. Behind 19 points from Swafford and 13 for Aaron Walsh. Alabama Huntsville was led by twins Dina and Josie Saunders, who put in 14 and 12 points respectively. Here's what Coach Marty Rowe had to say about the team's big conference road win.
Well, I mean, I just think that, we relaxed. We got into some things. We wore them down a little bit, First half, I really, Jan talked to them at halftime about going ahead and run things through. If we didn't get our first look, we just kind of bailed on what we were trying to get accomplished. And then, obviously second half we put together a good run, but it all started defensively. This team made 13 threes on us at our place and really took it to us. We held them to 4 threes today and made them go 4-19, which is a team that they're shooting 38% from the three. So it's a huge job defensively that we did. And that turned into some easy points too for us, but made our free throws down the stretch, and it was a good win. We really needed a nice bounce back after Saturday's disappointment, so I'm proud of it. It was a good job.
After a successful homestand, the Flames traveled to take on the Chargers. The Flames had a big first half but cooled off in the second half and fell short as Alabama Huntsville won 75-68. The Flames got out to a hot start thanks to Captain Chad Lee, who hit 2 early threes to put the Flames up 10-2, only 2.5 minutes into the contest. Big E, Eldrin Wilson, and Corey Billingsley also chipped in for a huge first half for the Flames as they went into half up 9 in Huntsville. Alabama Huntsville got off to a quick start in the second half and hot shooting for the Chargers. The second half was a physical half with 27 fouls called, 19 of those being against the Flames. The Flames battled the entire half with a few big threes from Chad Lee and Stedman Ford to keep the Flames close, but this huge dunk from Preston Herring sealed the deal. He also got Chase Cullen called for the foul, as you can see there. Final score for the game, Lee University 68 and Alabama Huntsville 75. For Lee, Chad Lee finishes with 15 points and 5 rebounds, and Stedman Ford finishes with 14 points and 5 boards as well. For Alabama Huntsville, Preston Herring adds 17 points and 7 rebounds, and Seb Webster with 14 points and 6 rebounds. We talked to Coach Tommy Brown after the tough loss.
They shot 39 free throws. We shot 19. It's a big difference. 20 extra shots right there, 20 free throws. But you don't ever want to blame the officials. We didn't do a great job of moving our legs, and got to do a better job not fouling. That's the bottom line. Second half we didn't play well offensively, didn't get the ball movement, and kind of got stagnant a little bit. So frustrating. To really good team, well coached. Huntsville is, and frustrating not to come out on the winning end for sure.
The team stayed in Alabama for the meeting with the University of North Alabama. The Lady Flames fell behind early to the Gulf South Conference foe and never recovered. Let's take a look. An early three from Kayla Beavers kept the Flames in it early. The Lady Lions shot over 40% from the field in the first half compared to an icy 25% for the Lady Flames. Christina Johnson led Lee in the first half with 2 of her 8 points here, but North Alabama always had an answer and went into the half leading Lee by 13 points. The second half was much more competitive thanks to some big help down low from Christina Johnson and Shelby Brown. Kayla Beavers hit another 3 as the Lady Flames mounted a comeback, but the Lady Lions had an answer of their own. Janae Lyde had 12 of her 22 points in the second half to help put the Lady Flames away. Final score for the game, North Alabama 72 and your Lee Flames 60. Christina Johnson helped the Flames with 15 points and 7 rebounds, and Kayla Beavers added 10 points, going 3 of 5 from deep. For North Alabama, Janae Lyde had 22 points and 6 assists, as McKenna Randall had 14 points and 5 rebounds. We talked to Coach Marty Rowe.
We got outplayed. I mean, you can try to sugarcoat it, you can try to spin it any way you want, but they played harder than we did, completely dominated the pace of play and the physicality of the game, and we didn't handle it very well. And so, they got what they deserved. They got a quality home win. They played very, very well, and you got to give credit to North Alabama. On our side of it, man, we just weren't focused and ready to play. I mean, we've got a lot of people that just played extremely poorly. I thought we competed harder in the second half, but you just don't dig yourself out of a hole, and like we did in the first half against a quality team, and then missing free throws down the stretch when we have a chance to continue to cut into the lead. We got, I think, 5 of 13 in the second half from the foul line. So you just can't do those things. You can't do it at home, but you certainly can't do it on the road and expect to win. So, obviously disappointed in how we played, but, got to bounce back. Got to be ready to go next week, man.
It was a similar story for the men's team as North Alabama scored 48 points in the first half and stayed ahead to win 77-67, dropping the Flames to 11-11 on the season. The Gulf South Conference hasn't been kind to the Flames as a loss drops the team to 6-11 in conference play. Corey Billingsley had another nice game for the Flames as he attacks the rim here for the strong and one. But that finish would not be outdone by Calvin Day's massive dunk as he goes for 24 on the night. More from him in a minute. Corey Billingsley connects here on a long three, trying to keep Lee close. But by the end of the first half, the Flames found themselves in a 48-37 hole. High-flying Calvin Day has yet another momentum-boosting dunk for UNA. The Flames did keep the game in check, but the startling stat line for this game was Lee's 10 free throw attempts to UNA's 26, 21 of which they connected on. Despite shots like this from Corey Billingsley, the Flames could not close the lead that UNA built in the first half as they fell on the road 77-67. Corey Billingsley finished with 20 points and 9 boards in the game, while Chase Cullen added 12 and 6 boards. North Alabama was paced by Calvin Dade and Nathan Spare as they put in 24 points and 21 points respectively. Here's leading scorer Corey Billingsley after the night's tough loss.
Play defense. That's about it. We're scoring 70 points a game. We just can't hold anybody under 70. So that's all it boils down to, really, is playing defense and getting stops. The offense is going to come.
With the season winding down and only 6 games left, let's see where the Flames and Lady Flames stand in the Gulf South Conference. On the men's side, Alabama Huntsville leads the conference with a record of 12-5, 17-6 overall, followed by West Georgia, Shorter, and West Alabama, all in second place with records of 11-6. Lee University with the other way around, 6-11 in the conference, third to last in the conference, 11-11 overall.
On the ladies' side of the conference, not much has changed over this past week as Union and West Florida continue to separate themselves from the pack. Lee, going 1-1 on the week, improved to 10-7 and 13-7 overall and remained in 4th place in the conference. The men's and women's soccer teams announced their 2015 signing classes. Lady Flames signed 5 recruits: Lauren Peters, Mackenzie Bricker, Taylor Green, Mia Hollingsworth, and Marissa Villafuerte. The Flames brought in 5 recruits as well: Jake Brown, Drew Jackson, Danny Johnston, Ryan McGrath, and Creighton Dawsey. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Flame Nation. I'm Brad McClung.
And I'm Michael Colander. The Flames and Lady Flames basketball teams are back on the road this week as they head to West Alabama and West Georgia to take on some tough Gulf South Conference matchups. Stay tuned next week for those results. We'll see you next time.